In the last 4 years, I have probably used the tow service, the tow truck guys. I have about 4 different guys that I use here in Anchorage. I'm pretty sure I've used them at least 20 times or more, averaging around $160 to $200. That comes out to about $4,000 within the last 3-4 years. Even though I love using the tow truck, it's nice. They can just load it up, drop it off and all. It does hurt the wallet a little bit. So yesterday, I finally found a good deal on a car dolly. Now, of course, I would like to have a full 16-foot car trailer with a winch on it. But then I have to get the right truck for it. I don't think my 3.4 pickup here is strong enough to tow a 16-foot trailer. On top of that, put a 5,000-pound rig or 6,000-pound rigs. So I picked up this dolly here. It's a bit beat up. It's about maybe 10 plus years old, but got it for a good price, and I think it's gonna pay itself off within the first 2-3 uses. Now, this is gonna be strictly for picking up, small pickups like these guys, 4Runners, 3rd gens, parts rigs, and stuff like that. As long as they can roll on their wheels, I can get them on here. Now, let me go ahead and show you guys the trailer. I just picked it up yesterday. I already went ahead and did some stuff to it. The truck is a 3.4 motor, so it has plenty of power towing this. With it towing right now, you can barely notice that it's even on, except for all the noises that it makes when you go over bumps. 3.4, 410 gearing, 5-speed transmission, 265, 75, 16, stock suspension up front. Rear suspension has added leaf, so we added an extra leaf so you can see how it helps with it. I think that's gonna really help when you put on the truck or if you want to carry any extra weight. So this is the car dolly that I picked up yesterday. It's a low star, never heard of that, but they've been around. 2-inch ball, comes out here, has some decent tires. Tires are okay. They have a little bit of weather crack, but I think they'll be good. And this ramp here is a bit bent, but you can still get your vehicle on it. You guys can see that. I can probably bend that up in the future. I think what they did was somebody ran over this before tilting this, because you're supposed to tilt this when you load up your vehicle. So I think that's what happened. Now, this was a pretty good deal. Like I said, a very good deal. You can see the tires are a little bit cracked. I'm gonna go ahead and buy me a brand new spare and keep it for spare. Let me show you guys what I've done so far. The chains that came on here, they were kind of short, so I went ahead and installed my own chain, which is plenty of length. This is a Land Cruiser tow point. Just went ahead and installed that. This is a old U-boat. What of that? This is just for a handle. This is the original handle here. I don't really like this one. I might get rid of this because this can stab somebody when doing stuff. But this is a nice handle, just a little simple handle. And went ahead and added this D shackle here. This is a little D ring. And these are not tow points or anything like that. These are for, well, they are tow points, but they're meant for using your come along. If you have to use a come along so that you can hook something up here while you pull the vehicle this way. So that's one of the points. And this is also one of the points. So these are not really meant for tie downs. I mean, you can probably tie them down because I did some good wheels on it. I bought a new, this is to make it tilt. Now you have this safety one here, and then you also have this one here. This one you can just release it or unbolt it. You unbolt this, and then this slides here. Show you guys. And then this will tilt if you were to pop this pin out. But I don't want to do that right now because we don't need to show you guys that. Now, you only tilt it when you're going to load up your vehicle so you can drive onto it. So let me tighten this back down. You're going to have to step on it. Like that. That's that. These are the ratchet points. They're kind of rusty and they don't work anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. I went ahead and ordered new ones already. We'll put new ratchet points. I also ordered some straps for the front wheels because this didn't come with it. I already went ahead and repacked the wheel bearings. I repacked the wheel bearings along with I went and put new wheel bearings in them. And I also went ahead and replaced the valve stem. This one had a broken valve stem, so it was leaking air. And the guy put some duct tape on it to make it whole air for the meanwhile. So I was able to make it home last night. So I went ahead and broke the bead today and I was able to put a new valve stem, so it's all good. It's still holding air. And then you guys see all the black that you guys see right there, that's just spray paint that I sprayed on. And then one thing I want to do next is, I'm still waiting for some parts, is I'm gonna get a boat crank. It's called a boat winch, where you can crank it, and I'm gonna weld it to like right here, either right here or right over here. And I'm gonna use that to winch up any dead Toyotas when I bring in the vehicle, if they're not running right now. If they're not running or they're driving, I can use that. And then I'll also bring my come along winch as a backup. So that's the plan. And once I get the come along, or once I get the winch welded up, we'll go ahead and do a little quick nice spray paint just to make it look more prettier. So that's it right there, man. I'm pretty stoked. I've never towed with a car dolly before. I've never towed with the car dolly. I've never done it with the pickup. So I'm excited to see how it is. Once I get my wheel straps and once I get my ratchet mechanism installed, I'll go ahead and test it out with my Corolla. I'll test it out with my 2016 Corolla first, and then I'll test it with my 92 Toyota pickup, which is the same as this truck, which is like around a 4,500 pound weight. So if it does good towing both of those rigs, I'll be comfortable towing them. Now these rotors, these hubs here, they do have drums, but they've been deactivated a long time already. So the brake rotors, they're brake drums. When I did the wheel bearings earlier, they're pretty just trash, so they're not even in there anymore. But no brakes or nothing like that. We're just gonna have to take it slow. And I might build some fenders in the future, put some fenders on in the futures. It also doesn't have lights right now, but that's fine because I went ahead and ordered some magnetic lights. So whenever I'm towing a vehicle, I can just put those lights on top of the tow rigs, and I'll plug it to my lights, and they'll be able to see my brakes, my turns, etc., etc. So that's the current setup that I'm gonna go with. So I'm pretty stoked, guys. This is pretty awesome. Like I said, I think this is gonna help me in the future whenever I'm getting all these Toyotas. Help me a little bit on the money, saving the money costs. The only thing I'm a little bit worried is that whenever I get the rig home, I'm still gonna have to push it onto my driveway. So that's kind of one of the most complicated part. That's why I like hiring the tow guys, because the tow guys, they can just back it up to my driveway. But once I get the straps on here, I'm gonna go ahead and practice with the Corolla. I'll practice with the Corolla doing reversing. I'll practice and see how it does reverse. Right now I can reverse with the car dolly and it does pretty fine. It acts just like a regular trailer, like if you're backing up with a regular trailer. But I want to see if I can reverse this with the car loaded up, and if I have enough space, or if I can do it fine, then I shouldn't have an issue backing the vehicle up into my driveway with it on the dolly here. So pretty stoked how it will do. Like I said, it's pretty busted, but again, everything's functioning, everything's been through. The main thing is your wheel bearings, and make sure everything's all nice and tight. Make sure your wheels are good. I want to go check out, I'll go check out the trailer store tomorrow and see what they charge for a full wheel and tire. These are 195 75 16 15s, no 14s, 195 75 14s, 5 lugs. I want to grab me a extra one, and then I'll probably go ahead and order me a spare tire mount and mount it up here so that I can do my trips with it. But I just wanted to show you guys my new trailer, my new car dolly. So this is pretty awesome, pretty stoked. Can't wait to start using it, and it'll be awesome. I won't plan to tow anything heavy, like if it's a van, if it's a crazy 80 series, like I wouldn't tow my 80 series. It'd be too much weight, and I'll probably get some crazy fishtail. But just for pickups and stuff like that, it'll be fine. 3rd gen 4Runners, it'll be fine. And the other thing I want to do is that whenever I'm parting out these rigs, I still have to call the tow guy to come pick up the rest of the rig to take it to the crusher. So I'm thinking now that I can take the rigs to the crusher myself, as long as I'm not pulling the axles or tire. And with the motor and the tranny pull out of the rig already, the parts rig would be super light, so I should be able to tow that to the recycle place, because it's free to take it to the crusher. They don't charge you, but then you have to pay the tow guy when you're hiring a tow guy. But now, if I can cut the tow guy out of here, I can save a little bit of money and use that towards other projects. So this is it right here. I'll keep you guys posted as more parts come in, and maybe I'll show my first time using it. Once everything comes in, we'll go ahead and show myself using it. I'll go ahead and test out driving it on here, and then once I get my winch on here, I'll test out the crank winch and see how that do with the vehicle just rolling by itself. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys next time. If you guys got any tips on how to tow with the car tow dolly, let me know in the comment section below. Catch you guys next time.